Hello, English language lovers. We are live again this Tuesday morning, or it's probably Tuesday afternoon for you. So as usual, whilst I wait for people to join the live broadcast, I will talk about subscription. So don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can click that button down there, the big red button to subscribe. And also, I think it's up there. The notification bell tells you when I'm live, and it also tells you when I've just been live. So if you miss the live broadcast, you can just click that notification and it will show you who has published something or who has just been live. Okay, so today we are going to talk about my number one tip for fluency. And it's not what you think. It's actually really obvious. And I think the reason why it's so obvious is because we don't think about it. So it is so obvious and we just don't think about it. Okay. So my number one tip for fluency is to use the language that you already know. Sounds obvious, doesn't it? But I see so many students desperately trying to pick words out of nowhere. They think that they know the word, or maybe they learnt the word last week or 2 months ago and it's in the back of their head and they're going, oh, I know this word, I know this word. But there is always another way to say something. It's not strict. You can say something in many different ways, and more often than not, if you're at an intermediate level, you probably know how to say it. You just have to go with your first instinct. I've got one student and I can see her cycling through all the vocabulary she knows and she doesn't use it. And it's on the tip of her tongue and she says the word and then she says no. And then she says a different word and then she says no. And I say, just use the first thing that comes to your mind. That what you already know is probably right. It might not be grammatically perfect, but it gets the message across. So I think too often my students, and I do it as well with my French, too often we try and come up with the perfect sentence in our head before we use it, before we make it. So my number one tip is to use the language you already know. I have a little example of this. I'm always trying to say in French, have you heard of, and then famous person. Have you heard of Tom Cruise? But I don't know how to say, have you heard of? I don't even know if this expression exists in French. And I'm always trying to say, oh, est-ce que tu as entendu de Tom Cruise? Oh, I don't know. But then I remembered that you can say, do you know Tom Cruise? It means the same thing. It's got a slightly different meaning, but if I can't think of that exact expression at the time, I can use something that I already do know. Okay, so I can see that we've got 3 viewers today. Hello, everybody. I'm just going to check my chat room. Can you just say hi if you can hear me? In the chat room, say hi. Okay, I hope I don't have the same problem as last time when my chat wasn't working. I have gone through and I have checked that, and I thought I checked the box to make sure my chat was working. So please just say hi if you can hear me and if the chat's working. Oh, hi, Aggie. Okay, great. So it's working. Okay. So yeah, I think today's session is going to be a bit shorter. I normally do about 10 minutes, but today is just quick and simple. So use the language that you already know. Okay. You've probably got lots of vocabulary in the back of your mind. You probably know what to say. If you're a very, very beginner, you might not, but those intermediate level learners, they often know what to say. It's just having the kind of bravery just to say that first thing that comes into your head. Okay, so yeah, use the language you already know. Say the first thing that comes into your head because that's probably right. Don't worry about making mistakes. Don't worry about it being grammatically incorrect. As long as you're communicating effectively, it doesn't matter about the perfect combination of words. There's lots of ways of saying things. there's not one way of saying thing, okay? So yeah, I think I've repeated myself a lot because this is a short one. I'm used to doing 10 minutes. But yeah, use the language you already know, and that will improve your fluency. Be confident in what you're going to say. Don't think, oh, how do I say it? What's that word? And that will help you with your spontaneity as well. More often than not, you know what to say. Just say it. Okay. Thanks for listening, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.